the industry is through our research. So that is one. And when we talk about from low order thinking to high order thinking for the students, it is only the research which is an outcome. So, any help, anything, please let us know. We'll be very happy to help. We recently had a 15 days workshop which was being taken where we have started right from the scratch because research is not everybody's cup of tea, to be very honest. Everybody doesn't like it. You feeling like you are into the cat race, but it is not, which is impossible. And when it is mandatory, let's do it happily. That's always better. I always say when the things has to be done, let's do it with a smile and let's learn it and do it. And any help, we will love to help you out in that. Maybe little knowledge we will be having, but we will love to share. And maybe we can take it something from you all also. I'm so sure you people must be doing great job. I was so impressed when I was going through the college. You people are already doing very well. So anything you people want us to do for you, please?
What he was talking about, it was a women's and cloud all this.
Okay.
He was talking about open sources,
Uh-huh.
the analytical softwares that are for free.
Yes. So that's great help. That's great help.
We would like to hear your experience in regard to research.
My experience. I'm not a research person. Okay, I'll just say something to start with. I'm Dr. Monika Sethi Sharma. I'm the Vice Chancellor in charge of KK University. It's a new university which has been coming up at Dur. It's a career university. When we say the career university, in compare with the traditional university, it is more focused on what will be the outcome, what will be the outcome of the students. So basically, we are industry-driven university and research-driven. When we talk about research, we talk about the research of the industry. Sorry, I just kept you all waiting. So, if I talk about my research journey, I did my PhD long back. It was a different era. When I completed my PhD, it was like 20 years now. So that particular era was absolutely different. We used to go through lots of books. We never had any software which used to help us. But now, when I see this particular journey of 20 years, for me, research is something which can really add upon value and confidence among ourselves as well as among our stakeholders. When I talk about stakeholders, stakeholders can be my students, stakeholders can be my uh, any reader who will be benefited through it. So, research, when we talk about, I always say it is the high order thinking, where whatever I have learned, I have tried to apply it, try to research it. We always say that we are doing the research. It is RE, we are doing it again. We are searching again, and I'm making a judgment of it that what we have learned is right or not. So for me, every course needs a research. So I personally feel all the subjects, maybe it is pharmacy, maybe it is commerce, management, mathematics, physics, anything is there. You always need to go for the high order thinking, and when the high order thinking comes, the research comes. So my definition may be very simple, but this is what I know about the research.
So if any of the faculty would you like to do some question when you are invited regarding research or any academic program?
Anything. Oh my god.
Such a
Ma'am, mine was HR and specifically specifically it was in the training and development. I was always inclined more towards training and development, so I took that particular topic. But now it was long, long, long back. Now, if I see my, thesis, I feel, oh my God, did I do this? But honestly, those days the hard work was in a different level because yeah, time was different. We never used to have forget about the laptop. Getting computer was a difficult time. So that was a different.
We used to type,
We used to type, yeah. So getting one spelling mistake corrected, it used to cost around 25 rupees. So it was a different era, but enjoyed that work because in our research time it was more of the reading. More you read, more you write. So it was like that.
In primary research.
Um, No, I believe secondary was given more because you were been reading so much. When we talk about primary, you just have to go for your research with the people. But yes, primary, ma'am, it was a very different era. It was only our statistical tool were only in the mean, median, mode, nothing more than that, because that was the time. Now we talk about so many softwares. That time they were not there. We luckily we don't belong to that era where everybody the diagrams were being made by hand. Thank God I overcome that particular era. But yes, but I personally feel that time the concepts were very clear. Why we are
Because
doing
we
it?
used to read.
Read a lot. We used to read a lot. I remember every day I used
WhatsApp. Okay.
nothing, ma'am. Google Uncle was not helping. Yeah, Google Uncle was not helping.
मैडम वो समय बहुत ज़्यादा दूर नहीं हुआ है because हमारे टाइम में भी अगर हमको पेपर डाउनलोड करने होते थे we have to go to IITs.
Exactly. So वो अगर हम लोग ऐसी बातें बोलेंगे ना, they'll feel that we are too old. We are not that old. It is fine. We did that PhD early. So that's the only difference. But my forte is more towards experiential learning. Uh, Anything related experiential learning, I'm there. Anything related research, he's the king in that. So he can help you. I'm more into making the classes more uh, output oriented. I'm more into making the classes more experiential. I'm more into from low order thinking to high order thinking. I'm more into that. So that is my forte. So anything related to that, I'm there.
So actually, he was talking about 40-hour sessions, 40-hour classes or workshops.
Workshops, yeah.
So how do you conduct it?
So actually, our model is like we have 11 workshops, and those 11 workshops are of 40 hours. So what we do is usually in any other university, even when I was there in another university, what we used to do is like we have the different classes. Like if I take the example of management, my first class will be of accountancy, then it will be HR, and then it will be OB or something like that. Over here, what we do is first our semester has been divided into terms. So your 8 subjects have been divided into terms, so you only have to go through the 3 or 4 subjects. So those 4 subjects, we take one subject for 4 hours continuously. So as you know the depth of that particular topic, if I'm being explaining them about product mix, so that particular day I will be only talking about product mix, how it is being done, how the different company does. Then we talk about, we give them the case studies, different situations, life project. Students do among themselves, learn among themselves. They come out with a presentation. We make it sure that you are going out of the class, you know this topic. And every day we evaluate them. It is those modules have been made in such a way that every day they have been evaluated. So we don't have a problem of attendance, to be very honest. We don't call the students that you need to come to the classes because they are there in the class. So it is more like it's an experiment. So basically, it is an American model, and at IIMs also management studies are being done like that. because I used to take classes as I am Raipur also. So over there also we have the similar concept. 4 hours they don't take it; they also take it for 3 hours or even 5 hours. It's been that. So it is basically a concept. A child is very clear. So we don't have to really manage for those timetables. We don't have to manage for the attendance of the students, and it is actually experiential. They learn while doing it. So it is very interesting. Initially, I found I'm a teacher, so I love evaluating everything. So I found it a little challenging. So I just went to all the students and I started asking. And I felt that this particular model is really working well. So because we are in a university, we are having that freedom to do the experiment. Because if this was not working, I could have not continued it. But it is actually working. I feel the confidence level of my student, the understanding of my student, it is next level. I touch wood, I can say this with a pride that they enjoy it. My faculty they drained out, but my students they enjoy it.
Actually, we have done a similar project. It's 3 or 4 years back before Corona came. We started taking the students to malls
Uh-huh.
and study the display priorities on the websites.
Right.
They'll see the distribution of shops in the ground floor and the basements and the top floors. So that was a study, but it never looked up actually because we were not well equipped for that.
Okay.
That is something different.
Yeah.
How to lay out the retail store.
Exactly. Yeah. So we do that in the retail management course for them, whereby how the supply chain management is being done for the different, especially for the big bazaar, we have done it. We have so many activities like that, sir. Like if we have been teaching them sales management, so we just ask the student to go to the mall and we ask them that check it out who is the best person who is selling, how he is dealing with the customer, take down the notes, come out, give the presentation. I'm talking about the small things, Rather than I teach and I say these are the quality of good salesman, I say you go check it out. Then what is the LCM of it? How do you say that which are the qualities and why should you keep it? Like say for example, we give them money. We say that recently sir has done that. Uh, they were being given the money. They have given, we call it as $1 game or something like. We give them the money. You produce the thing. You produce or you trade. You sell. We give you 1 week. You sell it in the college. You sell it in the mall. You go anywhere. You tell us how planning, organizing, staffing, direction, and controlling was being done. What was the profit? Why you had a profit? Why you had a losses? So you have so many so. They have even taken the students to the nearby village, and over there they said that go and meet every entrepreneurs who have been working there. And as an MBA student, what best you can give it to them. So how you can make a difference to their life. If they are making up, especially they went to the women enterprise near our college, that's Mahamara's, that village. So they went there and they were being talking about there is one government yojana. What was that for the women? It is for C Mart is the place where all there is some yojana. There is something which has been there. I don't remember because exactly ma'am.
So actually, the women's self-help groups, they are
Exactly.
producing the goods and they are also selling it.
They're selling it.
The
So
government has
my
only provided them with a C-Mart facility.
exactly. So my students have been working with them for the packaging. So we said that this is what they are selling. Now, how do you make that interesting? So they will be working about how the packaging is important, how cost effective it can be, how you can display it over there so as your sales can be increased. So we said they are not educated. You are an MBA. So how do you promote? So we do lots of exercises
It's
like
actually a
this.
group of MBA, they have joined the Mahabhareshwari group in
Uh-huh.
Rajasthan and they are doing what they do.
This is what it has
They
been
have set a
described.
price say 10 rupees. They are giving excellent packaging. It's at par with any MNC product, and they are able to sell it, but they still need some more push.
So every child needs lots of push, to be very honest. With us, they are at very limited time. But at that particular time, if they do something like this, they will remember throughout the life. And we don't know what impact we are putting into their minds.
Actually, my interest wasn't. We were doing it randomly. We didn't have a method. If you can help us in the methodology
Why
of
not?
doing this research, it will be more beneficial for us.
Why not? Why not? Absolutely yes. Why not? Love to do that. Any other questions? Anything from the back? I love backbenchers.
They are the most creative people in the class.
No. The backbenchers are the most clever ones. You don't know. They are the smart ones. They know how to hide. Yes, ma'am. Yes. The question has come. Thank you. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Any fund is being provided for research purpose from the university?
From our university, no, ma'am. We are the private university, so we are not providing any fund right now. But we can definitely help you out to collaborate with even Chhattisgarh government. They are providing the fund for the research. But as a private university, we have not started now. We are too young to start with. But if you have any proposal, we encourage the people for the innovation and creativity. So anything comes under that, we love to support you, ma'am.
Please.
Anything coming from that end? Anything? No, it's not like that. It is like afternoon time is, I understand it's a little lazy time. कहीं कोई और क्वेश्चन कहीं हम आपके लिए कुछ कर सके आप लोग कुछ हमारे लिए कर सके वो भी प्लीज बताइए आप अपना
मैडम आप अपनी जर्नी बताइए एजुकेशन जर्नी जो आप लोग की बहुत ज्यादा मेरी आपकी रेजिग्नेशन के साथ जो ऐसे वाइस चांसलर तक की जर्नी
oh okay yes ma'am to start with I think I was a very good student so that is very important that you always give an impact to your teachers. So when I was doing my MBA, I was a very good student. So immediately when my MBA was completed, my head of the department at Pandit Ravi Shankar University, he called me up and he said, "You are joining from tomorrow." And it was very challenging for me because I had my students now who were just my juniors. So accepting me as a teacher was a challenge to them. For me, it was very challenging to make them understand that I know a little better than you now. So, but from that particular time, I understood that being a teacher is the most challenging and most committed job. I'm talking about late 90s where management was just introduced at MP Chhattisgarh. So I was there at university. I served university for 4.5 years, 4.5, 5 years, and I have built up that small place where no full-time faculty was there. I was in the contract. I think I used to take care of admission, examination, placement, everything. So, and classes are the hygiene factors, ma'am, that you have to take it. But apart from that, I used to take all those three things, and never ever I felt that I've been overloaded. So that was the passion. Luckily, I met somebody there, and he motivated me to move out of Chhattisgarh. He said that it is very important that you see the outer world, or else you will be happy being over here and you feel that I'm stand for Monika and I'm stand for management, and you're behaving like a queen at Pandit Ravi Shankar University. So move out of your comfortable zone. So then I got an opportunity to work with BITS Pilani, Bits Pilani, Rajasthan. That was a life turning for me. I felt at that particular time that I don't exist anywhere. I remember there was a board meeting where foreign delegates and everybody was there, and everybody was been introducing themselves. They were from IITs, they were from NITs, and when I said I'm from Pandit Ravi Shankar University, they said, "Okay, you are a music teacher." And I felt so bad because for them it was Pandit Ravi Shankar is a music teacher, nothing more than that. So I felt it is so important to explore yourself, throw yourself in the different places. So that DNA is with me that whenever I feel I'm in a comfortable zone, I want to move out of that place because I personally feel if I don't learn, I will be not able to give to my organization, neither to my students. So from there, I went to BITS Pilani, Goa. BITS was an institute which has really taught me the US pedagogy of teaching and learning. What was kind to me. I performed well there. And then Raipur being a hometown, it was a fallback. When you get married, you have other priorities. You have to follow where your husband goes. Like what was that? There was an ad of a dog which used to follow Vodafone. Yeah, so it was like that. So I had to follow him to Raipur. There was an institute called DMAT. At that particular time, DMAT was doing very, very well. They called me up. They got to know somewhere that I'm there at this Goa. There was CEO, Mr. Narang was there. He called me up, and I served DMAT for 4.5 years again. And again, I felt I'm in my comfortable zone. Got the best teacher award. Did lots of things. Whatever I learned from this, I applied at DMAT. DMAT also gave me lots of opportunity. They made me the in charge of triple IT. We used to call it as industry interface. So I used to do lots of MDPs. Uh, Only the journey which I cherish for myself is I used to always say that if my owner gives me 10 rupees, I give my owner 50 rupees back. And that was a pride which I used to always carry. I used to say that if you invest 10 rupees on me, I make it sure that I give you more business than that. So I don't know, that was the zeal with me. So I took that opportunity that I used to have lots of MGPs. That time I used to come to Durg also. Uh, I used to really make that department very profitable. Then again, I was at my comfortable zone for 4.5 years. Then I threw the challenge on self. I started giving again interviews to the best of the places, and I always used to do this. I always wanted to go to the best of the places, and then I got selected at SPJ in Mumbai. My husband was being getting transferred to Mumbai, so I tried there. Lucky got selected there. When I went to SPJ, again I felt the same thing which I felt it at Bits Pilani, that oh my God, where are we and where the people have gone. SPJ in Mumbai taught me how to make an academic institute work. Uh, I was lucky, my boss, he was a role model to me. I was lucky that every time I got a wonderful, amazing bosses. Shrikant sir was there, late Shrikant sir. He actually taught me what is management, where do you stand. It was a very short time I stayed there. It was a family call back. I lost my father. My mother didn't want to come. I was the only child, so I came back to Raipur, joined IMS Raipur, because again the director over there was known to me from SP Jain, so immediately, I always say wherever you've been working, you need to give your best. So if you give your best, everybody calls you. That's the only thing which I always say, that anywhere you work, you need to be the best. You should be away from all the politics which has been happening around, because that only ruined your reputation. and in academics, reputation is very, very important. So then I got an opportunity to develop with my team. There was a new university coming up at Raipur called ITM. So I developed that university. My department was there as commerce and management, as Nasur is dealing with his department. It was a new university. So I have thrown all my learning, love, affection to that department. I don't even remember that ever I have counted my time or any work there. I was so committed, brought that department, and I was very happy. But again, after 7 years, I felt it's enough. And that tree is big enough. They started growing, I think 80 times or maybe 280 times multiplied. I started the department with 38 students, and when I was coming back, they were around 2,000 students in my department. Like BCom, we used to have 3 to 4 sections. BBA, we used to have 5 sections. MBA, we used to have full. So it was being growing, and then I felt I should have another try. My son was in 10th. I thought I should take a break, and that's it, ma'am. Then I served at UBS Mumbai. Again, a different level of learning. It was more of international learning. I was going there, but uh, the chancellor of Kalinga University, they called me up for a cup of coffee and they said, no, you have to join us. So I joined there. They said they had to enhance their academics. So I had no say. I could not say no. I joined them because it was a COVID time that time, and leaving the family was not advisable. And the moment I joined there, the offer of the KK Modi was being there with me, and I came here. And this is all about me. Never dreamt much, but it was only work. No, it's a very simple journey. It is just a very simple journey. Many students ask me, "Ma'am, आप बहुत dream करते होगे?" I said, "I never dreamt. I never dreamt. I think it was more of my team members used to dream for me. It was more of my students. But only my advice to you can be that wherever you are, just be your best. Because that's I think I'm speaking loud.
आपको तो सुनना चाहिए थे सब लोग। Thank you, ma'am.
मैम ये बहुत ज्यादा है. It's like it's like it's such a warm welcome. Thank you. And this is very, very. This is very beautiful. Oh, for sure. A very little, whatever we have, we love to exchange with each other. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. But I'm very sure our interns are very clear that we really want to contribute as much as we can. Anything more I can do?
Department
Yeah. I'm free. Sir, I'll carry that. Maybe I'll send you the soft copy. आप बस अपना भी वो काट दे दीजिएगा. So I'll have we have more of